Well, hi guys, another little video of this truck coming along. I've got a bit of a cold or man flu or something, so my voice might be a bit funny, or, but I'll soldier on. I've done the I actually cut out the hood. I was absolutely dreading it. Well, actually, it wasn't too bad cutting out the hood, stay on your knife, just keep going over it, take your time, and you just go over and over and over it, and eventually it sort of cuts, and you can get the bonnet out, or the hood, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that was quite an easy bit. Now, you think the hinges, would be sort of quite straightforward, and I'll try to copy Dennis's sort of set up with the two hoops, but do you think I could get that hood to open properly? It keeps the hood, has to come forward, and before it can actually lift up to get over the scuttle panel, the piece at the back where the wipers go and everything, which is sort of behind here. Let's put this down. This piece here, I wanted that really nice and flush, so like the size and everything. But with the two hoops, unless you had a massive gap around here, you could not open the bonnet. It's just all locked up. So I spent hours and hours and hours, as I always do, on trying to make some different type of hinge, and I've had to make like a hinge with like a cam on it, so as you open the bonnet, it pushes the bonnet forward and lifts it over the panel at the back, the scuttle panel, lifts it over that so you can open it. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I reckon I spent over 3 days on these hinges. First of all, I made them out of like plastic card to see if they would work, and after that I made them out of alley, and the first ones I made weren't the right length, and I've had to kind of alter them and change bits and pieces on them. It's been like it's probably been one of the worst bits on the truck. All the engine and everything like that goes in lovely, but the body parts and that have been quite awkward to do. I will take the body off in a minute and show you the hinges a bit more in detail, but I've managed to sort of cut some of this away here so you can get to the mixture screw. I was going to put a hole in the top here, but it's nice. You've got quite a bit of height there, so I can get in there and alter the mixture if I want to. I've run the air filter around to the front. I'll show you that as well in a minute. But I'm still waiting for my light kit to come. I don't know, it seems to be taking ages from Banggood. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, so I kind of had a lot of different setups and mounting this body on, but in the end what I've done is I put a little bracket under here, and I've got I'll undo them. I've got 2 screws in here. I like to make 2 of these brackets because I like to kind of anneal the alley. I couldn't bend it, and the first one I made, it actually it sort of cracked, and I thought, well, it might be all right, but no, I thought I'll make another one. So again, hours and hours making another bracket and whatever. So let's just get the screws. These screws are too long, but that's all I had at hand. I'm running the standard sort of body clips in the back here, which does the job. Whether I'm going to change that, I don't know, but yeah, so we can take the body off now. Push this away. Right, now these hinges, right, oh, screws just come out. Right, these hinges here, I don't know if you can see them, but as I open the bonnet, you can see it goes forward. It's kind of, you see them little springs as well. They're spring loaded, so it kind of actually sort of snaps the bonnet shut. But I will make a bonnet catch on it. But if you can see, so as you open the bonnet, it goes forward, pushes the bonnet forward, and allows it to go over that scuttle panel there. That it looks a simple sort of thing, but that took me a lot of time to get that right and to fit nice, because I didn't want any gaps in it and stuff like that. So there you can see where I cleared it away. You can see in there, this other hole here, this is to clear the air filter, you know, and I've even had to cut some of the driver's leg away, but I didn't hear him complaining. So you need this big gap here, because I've run the air filter around and to the front, because you can't run it straight out the back, you know, because of the interior. I wanted the interior in there. I've managed to cut this out to clear the tank, because you remember I had to clear the tank, and lucky enough the driver figure, which is a Tamiya one, fits in there perfect. I mean, I've got the part number for the Tamiya body somewhere. That's what it is, and that fits actually straight in. And I've been using this glue here. I don't know if any of you guys have used it before. It's like a plastic weld, and honestly, the driver figure in there, it took me like 10 minutes to glue it all together, and it, you know, it was so easy to, you know, you could just sort of hold it together and run it in the seam, and it sort of wicks its way in there, and it just makes such a nice joint. It's so easy to do. But obviously I've got to paint him and do something with him, but it seems to be sitting a little bit high. I don't understand why, because it's all as it should be. I mean, there's even a hole, the original hole, to screw the driver into the car. It's there. It's absolutely a copy of a Tamiya. You know, you can have different, you know, you just glue them together like that. And you've got, like, I don't know if you remember the old Blazing Blazer driver. He had like that sort of crash helmet in there, you know. Well, in here you get like two driver's heads. You get one like I've got in there now, which is just a normal sort of head, and you get the Blazer one. But you know, I'm going to go with that one for now. I've also cut out the grille. I don't know if you can see that. I didn't buy the metal grille, so I've actually used a Dremel and cut that round. It's not come out too bad. You don't see a lot of it, but that was a fair old job doing that. But that should get quite a bit of air in, you know, because, you know, like I said before, these do run hot. But I did take it out the other week, and last weekend, and it run absolutely perfect, and it's changing gear perfect now. I mean, I had to kind of screw it in. I think it was like locked in top gear again. So I kept screwing it in, and I can't believe how I've geared it down by one tooth, but it goes quite fast, and it changes gear awesome, and the engine just runs and runs, and it's so easy to tune. It doesn't leak any oil out the bottom of the engine, doesn't get on the belt, so everything kind of works, you know, like 100%. I'm really, really pleased with this truck. Here's the air filter arrangement I've had to make. I'm hoping it's not too restrictive, but it goes from the carburetor here, and it'll go around there. I'm going to try and get all these the same colour, like big black all the way around, and the air filter points sort of forward, so you can get to it. If you open the bonnet, you can get to it. What else did I do? I'll put a couple of filters on it and that, but you know, the actual chassis of the car has not had much work done to it, because, you know, it's there. It was just the hinges, you know, and even fitting the air filter, you know, clearing away and working out where to put the air filter. And I mean, I didn't want it down in the arch, because the wheels, you know, get mud and muck all over it. So, you know, I think last week I ran about half a tank through it, and got it changing gear, and I'm more than happy with it. But like I say, you're probably thinking, oh, how's he going to fill the car up, or the truck? Well, I'm thinking I've got another, you can see on there, I've got another input or output to go into the tank. Now, you know, say keep unbolting the body at the front here with these two screws, I can actually run another pipe from here out to the back. The only problem going to be is seeing in the tank, you know, seeing how much fuel you've got in the tank. I can see sort of through the front arch, and I might be able to watch it sort of fill up like that. But if I put like a one-way valve in there like I've got in my aircrafts, you know, like so it doesn't flood the carburetor, it only fills the tank. That's probably going to be the way I'm going to go with it, so I don't have to keep taking the tank off. Now this little body mount I made there, can you see the little alley bracket on the front? Again, I've used the soldering kit, or the alley soldering kit, and sold 2 little bosses on there for a longer thread for the screws to go into hold the body on there. You know, I'm gradually getting, you know, the hang of that welding, and you know, you sort of have to get the metal or the alley fairly hot, not too hot, and when you touch the actual rod on there, it, you know, you touch it on and nothing happens, and you think, oh, it's not going to solder, but if you just leave it on there for a little while, all of a sudden it runs round, you know. It's a bit of an act to doing it, but you know, it saves you so much work, you know, and time. You know, you can just put that on there and weld things up, and you know, it makes life a lot easier. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. I've got to make a bonnet catch to fit on there, and obviously I'm going to paint the driver. I don't know what I'm going to do him yet, but I did actually want to put a hat on him, but he's so high up in the truck, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't know actually why it's that high, because he's actually on the seat, and the tank sort of goes up in between him, so I don't honestly know why he's sitting up like that, but maybe I can shave a bit off the bottom of the driver, whatever you want to call it, and let's just put this body on there, and I can get him to come down a little bit lower. But it's strange how it's kind of, there's even a hole in the floor of the dashboard where the driver fits on there perfectly, you know, and it's so, you know, everything, you buy a Tamiya part on it and it's going to fit straight on. It's like, it's crazy. Now I know the other thing as well, I've actually screwed these hinges on because I like to be able to take stuff off. I didn't want to glue them on or whatever, because I like to take the bonnet off and whatever. Now with this setup I got here, like Dennis said, it's not, you know, you normally got a little bracket in here that screws to the bonnet, so it keeps it all strong, but there's only 2 screws holding it, so there's one there and there's one on the other side, so there's nothing really holding this grill in, not much. I don't want to glue it up here, because again, I'd like to get stuff out and take it apart and whatever. I don't want to really put glue on it, so there's quite a lot of meat on this part here, so I'm either going to put a little screw in there. I've got some little black roundhead screws that you're going to see, so I'm going to try and screw that into there and like do both sides, or even go in the sides here, but I don't really want to sort of glue it. But you know, it's, and obviously I'm going to see if I can get some of them rubber wing mirrors, because these are not going to last 5 minutes. But all in all, it's come along, you know, I'm quite pleased with it. I'm not sure about these white bumpers, whether I should paint them or what, I don't know, but you know, obviously you do really need them on there, you know, but I'm not a fan of them, you know. I don't know really what I can do to them. Also these chrome bits on here, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, whether I'm going to just paint them like a satin silver, or you know, the other thing as well is the wheels. I mean, I really do not like plastic chrome wheels. I think I've said it before, but you know, I've been looking and looking, trying to find different wheels. I mean, obviously I've got to make some sort of wheel adapters up for it, and I would like something a little bit more sort of scale, not so fat or whatever. But you know, you've kind of got such a wide axle here, it sort of limits you a bit to what you can do. But I've had a look at some wheels, and I think if I can make an adapter, if you've got a wheel with quite a lot of offset in it, you know, so it's got quite a lot of dish on the inside of the wheel, you've got quite, you know, you can come over probably about, I reckon about 12 mil, so you could put that in, and if you've got a narrow tyre, you probably come in more than that. And you know, I'm a fan of black wheels. I think on trucks I like black wheels, something like that. So for the time being, I'm thinking of painting these wheels and either leaving just the outside sort of chrome, or painting them and making like an alley insert. I've done it a lot of other trucks, making like an alley insert just to push in there, so it don't look so much like a toy, you know. I just don't like them wheels. So, you know, that's where I am at the moment. Everything's working great on the truck. I say I've want to paint the driver, and I've taken that horrible silver piece off the back because I hated that as well. I don't know if I'm going to paint it and put it back on. I might just put some sort of roll cage, make something up for the back there, you know. But say I'm looking forward to get my light kit in there now. You know, so that's where I am now, guys. I'm still sort of trying to make my mind up on the V8 engine. You know, I've actually got the money together now to get one. But I've been looking and looking, trying to see what sort of builds, you know, you could put that V8 in, because it's quite a big, it's a big motor. I've seen Johnny Q, he's kind of putting one in the middle of a 10th scale, but I think really you need a bigger scale than that, you know. I think even 8th, they look a bit kind of on the big side. I know I don't think Dennis has got his yet. It's been a bit quiet lately. But you know what, he's going to probably put it in that capo that he's building, which will be really nice. But you know, it's such a big engine, you're going to need something special to put that in, and I can't find anything yet that, you know, that engine would fit in there nice and look nice. I think it's going to have to be like a home-made setup, you know. So I'm going to try and do a few drawings and see what I can do. You know, like I said to you before, I was thinking of some sort of like little sort of hot rods, you know, American hot rods, something like that. I don't know, you know, but I can't find any inspiration at the moment. I've been looking and looking, you know, and I'm trying to find something that sort of, I think, oh yeah, that'll look nice if it's in there, you know. You know, it's a bit of waste to put that engine under a cover because it looks, you know, so nice. But anyway, that's what I'm sort of looking for now. This build's almost there. I've just got the final touches to do. I'm out tomorrow. I'll do seaplane flying, and I'm going to take my other truck, my 6-wheeler, because I've not run that for ages, so I'm going to take that. I mean, I don't really want to get this one muddy at the moment, you know, because it looks nice, and you know, it will get muddy, I expect him, you know, sometime or the other, but at the moment I just want to sort of run it round and run it in, and you know, we'll go from there. So I'm going to sign off now, guys, and hope you subscribe and watch me in the next one and see what I'll come up with next. So I'll see you later, guys.